Hello everybody, I'm Rusty. I want to welcome you to Island Breeze Tropicals. So today we're going to be asking the question, what's the smallest bromeliad? So you know what, the sun is shining, the island breeze is blowing. It's time that you and I got growing. Come on, let's have some fun and let's see if we can figure out what the smallest bromeliad is. So before we get going, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's great to have you with us. If you like what you see, do me a favor, hit that like button down there. And why don't you become a member of our Bromeliad family and become a subscriber? Thanks a lot. Now, why don't we get to today's video? So we're going to be talking about small bromeliads. Well, not this size. This is one of the large ones. Why don't we go up on the plant deck and take a look at some very small, maybe the smallest bromeliads. So okay guys, we have already done an episode on some of the largest bromeliads. No, we didn't show the largest one, but that was down in South America and we can't go there. But nevertheless, now we're going to be taking a look at the smallest bromeliads. Now, if you think that you know a smaller one than what I'm showing you, you know what? Leave a comment down there because I would like to hear it. Share it with the rest of us and we'll take a look. So we already did a video on mini bromeliads. That was some time ago. But today we're going to go into the real minis. Maybe I should have titled the other one MIDI, M-I-D-I, like this really pretty San Diego right here. And even though this is its adult size, compared to what I'm going to show you, this San Diego is a MIDI, a mid-sized bromeliad and not a mini. So why don't we take a look at some of the real small ones and let's see if we can find what I think is the smallest bromeliad. So okay guys, why don't we start out by going from largest to the smallest, and I'm going to start out with this unnamed Neoregelia hybrid. And I'm not sure that I would even classify this as being a mini. We did a video some time ago on mini bromeliads, and this one I would call a MIDI, as in M-I-D-I, mid-size. But why don't we use this as a comparison to the rest? So I have a ruler here, a little bit of glare on it, you can't really see too well, but I'm down here and it's at around 6 inches tall, and if you can see, oh let's see, maybe about 7 to 8 inches wide. This is another Neoregelia. This one I've got the tag for, so I do know what this is. This is called Tidbit. So we're going to get our ruler down in here. Let me see if I can get this a little bit better up here so you can see the ruler. And it's at about 5 inches to 6 inches tall. There's a bit of a perspective problem here because of the camera angle. But you can see this is much smaller than the previous unnamed hybrid. And even though that leaf is out there quite a bit, the rosette really is somewhere between, say, 3 and 4 inches wide. And I'm really not going to count these guys right here. It is starting to open up a little bit, but you can see this is a smaller bromeliad. Now this is a Neoregelia called Gizmo. This is a Chester Skotak hybrid, and this is at about its adult size. As you can see down here, it is stoloniferous. See that stolon down there? And why don't we do a measurement on it? And I'm not going to put this all the way down because it is growing up on a stolon. So I would say, between 4 and 5 inches. And if you take a look, the width of the rosette is really only at about maybe 2.5 inches wide. Okay guys, so this was going to be my entry for the smallest bromeliad. Well, I had to change my tune on that, but this is called Lilliputiana. The name itself tells you that it's going to be tiny. I'm going to zoom on in here and show you this little bromeliad. This is its adult size. Take a look, and take a look at the measurement there. Now again, the perspective is a little off, but it's only about 2.5 inches tall. And I'm going to reach around here and let me get right close to the plant, only about maybe 2.5 inches in diameter. Now I want to show you something really, really cool on this plant. Right here is a pup. See that right there? So that is growing a pup, and what that means generally is that our plant right here is nearing adulthood, and it's starting to propagate itself. Now, Lilliputiana has been used by a lot of hybridizers in order to give their hybrids this diminutive size that you see right here. Now the coloration, this has been grown, by the way, in more shade. This will get more red flecking in it. But finally, guys, this is my entry for the smallest bromeliad. And this is called Deuterocohnia brevifolia. So this is Deuterocohnia. The species is brevifolia. It is not a large genus. I think maybe it's got a little over 20 species in it. I might have to double check that, guys, but it's not a lot. And take a look at how small this is. Now, this is a clump of them. And right here is a rosette. Take a look at all the different rosettes. Here's one right there. Here's another. Here's another right there. This is a clump. Let's see if I can get this so that you can see and take a look at those rosettes. I'm counting, I don't know. You think there's about 10 or 15 right there? Now Deuterocohnia, there we go, got her back in the frame again. Deuterocohnia is a South American genus. I believe Bolivia and Argentina. Let's see if I can get a better view of these guys. Get my big hand out of the way. There you go. That gives you a better idea. And you can see the rosettes. There's one right there. There's one. And as you can see, it is clump forming. It grows in very arid environments. And it only gets rain maybe 2 or 3 times a year in its natural range. They are not that hard to grow as long as you give them what they need. They will take some degree of watering. Never water them during the winter. That is when they rest, and when if they were growing in the wild, would have their driest time. Now you can see right in here, guys, that the grower put pebbles on top, and that's so that this area in here will not get soppy when they water. So why don't we do a ruler test and find out just how small this really is. Okay, so as you can see, it's a little difficult to get the ruler in there and you to see the plant and the ruler too, unless I pan back. But take a look, that's about 1 inch, only about 1 inch tall. So I'm not going to measure the clump, but I am going to put the ruler down there so that you can see the size of the rosettes. And take a look, guys, they aren't even a ½ an inch in diameter. So guys, that is my selection of some of the smallest bromeliads. Now, we're starting out with our mid-size back here, just to show you some scale. And we'll go from that unnamed hybrid to Tidbit, and then to Gizmo, and then down to Lilliputiana, and then finally down to our Deuterocohnia. And that is my entry for the smallest bromeliad. So okay guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed looking at these really small bromeliads. You know, if you live in an area that does get winter and you take your bromeliads inside, what could be better? They don't take up a lot of space, and you can pack more into that shelf that you have your favorite bromeliads on. So no matter where you are, I hope your sun is shining. I hope you have an island breeze blowing. I know that you and I need to keep growing and have lots of fun. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.